Hey everyone, welcome to Nicole's Needlework. My name is Nicole and this is the podcast about stitching. No knitting to share today. Today is January 2nd, 2018 and it's right around 11:30 a.m. We got back from Florida a couple days ago. I just was able to get the cats today, so they're so happy to be home. I'm happy they're home. I miss them so much. This is actually take number 2 because I accidentally deleted all the videos. I was trying to edit this in iMovie on my iPad. It said there wasn't enough space, so I said, well, maybe I should delete the videos to give it more space. I thought it had saved it in iMovie. Anyway, starting over. So maybe this will be a little more organized than the last video. I doubt it, but we'll see. I have stuff everywhere, all over my bed, on the floor, everywhere. So let's see. I will start with finishes. I didn't do a video last time because I was sick. I caught a cold and was miserable. So I posted on my blog, my Lizzie Kate Tiny Tidings 22. I went ahead and stitched them all from the booklet. So I have Mr. and Mrs. Claus, Merry Christmas, Little Elves, and then these two that are just the houses with the snowmen. So cute, and these are so easy. I just mounted them on some sticky board and I didn't miter the corners. As you can see, I just folded them under, I folded the I folded the top and bottom down first and then the sides because I found it gave it a better look. I don't have my Prairie Schooler one that I finished. I gave that to my stepmom for Christmas, my stepmom and dad. So I loved stitching these. I had so much fun. They're on the 28 count Tea and Coffee Dyed Monaco. And so I just put one ribbon on this one. I may add ribbons later, or bows. They all have ribbons. I may add bows later. But anyway, those were so much fun. And then the other one I finished, where did I put it? I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Peppermint Twist by Little House Needleworks. I had finished this last year, but actually FFO'd it this year. And I just sewed it onto some felt. And before I finished sewing it, I just stuffed it a little bit. It's not too full, but... And then while I was sewing up here, I sewed in the hanger. So these are so quick and easy. And you just kind of fray the edges. You don't have to worry about doing any special finishing, and then just cut around with pinking shears. And then I also finished this Prairie Schooler, also on the 28 count. It was a little large to put on the tree, so I mounted it on another piece of sticky board with the fabric. And then I stuck it in my Hobby Lobby frame that I got. So, it was a cute little finish. And the only change I made was I did 3371 instead of the 844 because I like the darker. And I almost wish I had done the green. This is 501. I almost wish I had done 500. But I still like it. So very cute, very fun, very easy finish. And I have become completely obsessed with Linda Jo of Pretty Southern. Hello. She was stitching the blackbird stockings, and I have stitched a couple for my tree. This is from the December book, I still have a few more in my little green basket over there. And I actually finished these myself. They're not too bad. Not perfect, but you know what? I have interfacing, and I just did a little ribbon hanger. This hanger's a little long, but oh well. And I did another one, but I didn't get it finished. So, and this is from their other booklet, their book, Joya, I can't say it. I don't speak French. Joyeux Noel, Joya, I don't know. And so then I just have all my ornaments in here. Some I did, a lot were gifts or from exchanges. Amy from Down Sunshine Lane. Why can't I ever say that? Down Sunshine Lane stitched that for me one year. I've got a couple from her. She did this cute little red work sheep one year. Oh, this one is an old one. I think I was living in Hawaii. My husband was in the Army when I stitched this. It's just, well, here's an example of sticking things, because people, you know, get worried about adhesive and stitching. While I probably wouldn't use spray adhesive or sticky board on a reproduction sampler, for these little things, it's fine. And this is stuck on with some kind of adhesive. It's fine. It's in great shape. And that was 22 years ago. And this has a kind of a cute story, because I was stitching it, and my husband, so 22 years ago, we would have been about 20. He said, I want to stitch a little. So he stitched one row on this ornament. So this kind of has fond memories for me. I did another one too. This one lost its backing. I have another one somewhere, a toy soldier one. So it must have been a kit that these came in. And so cute. I don't know. But I have some other older ones that I put with my regular ornaments. I also had a felt ornament my grandma stitched, but I can't seem to find it. I'm kind of sad about that. My grandma, I've said this before, but under her bed she had a big Rubbermaid bin full of craft supplies, plastic canvas, yarn, just all kinds of stuff. And I would just pull that bin out and I would play with it. And I think that's what really started my love of crafting and needlework. And my other grandma also quilts and stitches, but my dad's mom really kind of fueled that love for me. She was always doing crafty stuff. So anyway, these will be hanging out here till next year. I may put them in a better box. I'd like to get some tissue paper and kind of keep them nice. So other finishes. Before we went to Florida, I had my son, I said, pick a random number. Or he picked a random number and said, you should do 438. I was like, okay. So I went to my little cross-stitch database and pulled up 438, and it was this. And I thought, well, that's perfect because it's quick and easy, just uses DMC. So I got some of my 28 count Monaco, pulled the threads, and I worked on it when I was in Florida. So that was a fun and cute stitch. So I'll probably mount it on some board and maybe find a little frame I can stick it in. And that'll be a fun one. I also grabbed, let's see if I can find it. I've got kind of a mess here. I also grabbed Love, which is February. So this is March's little sheep virtues piece. So there's 12 for the year of 2013. She did these. Oops. So Love. And I just have the border done. 28 count Monaco, just using DMC. And it's funny because I thought I had grabbed all the DMC, but I just looked at this column. I didn't realize there was more on the back. So when we got to our hotel in Florida, there was actually a Michael's nearby, which was nice. There was a Michael's, a Starbucks, a Barnes. I could have lived there. Maid service every day, Michael's nearby. What more do you need? So I ran and got the other DMC that I needed for this. So, and these are just great projects for in the car. They were good for visiting with family because you don't have to concentrate too much. Easy to see. So those were fun. And I also finished my Lazy Kate Four Seasons winner. So I'm going to mount that on some board and then reuse my little frame here. I think that'll be cute in there. I love these. So this is the 28 count Monaco tea and coffee dyed using the called for Weeks Dye Works. And so those are all my finishes. Let's see, WIPS. This video is going a lot quicker than my last one. So I've been loving Teresa Vanette's videos, Kitten Stitchers. I love her Things I'm All Into. Things I'm All Into is Americanos. I don't know, there's just something about the espresso taste that I love. So I've been mainly making my own. I ran out and I had to get the cats this morning and I was out of coffee. So I stopped at Starbucks and there's a grocery store called Harris Teeter here that has a Starbucks in it. So I got my coffee and I got a coffee to go. Because it is cold here. It was 25. Oh, it's 29 now. So it's warming up. They're saying we might get snow tomorrow. So we'll see. I'm supposed to go back to work tomorrow. It'd be nice if they let us stay home if we had a snow day. I could take another day off. So I said before that I was obsessed with Linda Jo. I think we have she said she had a girl crush on me. Well, the feeling is mutual, Linda Jo. Anyway, she had started Sally Spencer a while ago, and I decided I loved it. Well, I've always loved it. I decided to start it. I didn't decide I loved it. I decided to start it. So I found some 40 count doubloon in my stash and pulled threads, and I've been working on this. So it only calls for 6 threads. And look at this. This is old school sampler threads. This has to be like 25 years old. 25 years old. Probably older, man. But they had it tied here with thread. I don't know, they used to do it a lot different. It was kind of twisted up and tied. I wish there was a date on here. But anyway. Not sure where I found that. So I'm loving that. I want to get back to that. And while I was in Florida, I had to visit Silk Road Needle Arts, and that is in St. Petersburg. Eddie is the owner, and he's so nice. He's just the greatest. So I always try to support him when I go visit my mom, because he's right down the street from my mom. So I got, let me see. I don't know if I have enough patterns, guys. It's looking a little light. These are just my small patterns. Really, I really need to use what I have, people. Okay. But I like supporting my small businesses too, so I'm going to try to be better in 2018 and stitch from stash, but I'm also going to be realistic and realize I'm going to want to buy stuff. Just, you know, try and use what I have. Get new patterns, but try and use the materials I have. Okay, so I got this Lizzie Kate Summer Smalls. I think they're so cute. Love these. And I got the 3 alphabets I needed, spring, summer, and autumn, so I can Priscillify them and use my frame. Cute, cute. And my mom got me this one on Prudence. I love this one. Paulette has this, well, it's her design, but she has it in her, I think it's her bedroom with her other samplers. It's just so pretty mixed in. And I got one little Santa, 2010 Santa. He's so cute. I think I'm going to try and stitch these over one. We'll see how that goes. Oh, and a couple of the tingles, because I want to stitch the whole thing. I'm going to do it just like Priscilla. And then I just, also got, Eddie has a lot of linen, not higher counts, like 28, 32. He does have some 40 count, but it's in 36, but it's the, just the white or natural, just basic colors. So I got some 28 count vintage exemplar by Lakeside Linens while I was there because I want to stitch this sampler. So we went down to Golden Needle on Port Charlotte and I got the wool threads because I really want to stitch a sampler using the wool threads. And I have 2 other threads on order from 123 Stitch. But they're so soft. I can't wait. I can't wait to start this. So, and here's another one with wool threads that uses, love that, Not Forgotten. And you'll have to excuse my cuticles. I have a bad habit of biting my cuticles, especially when driving. I don't know what it is. So, they're really bad right now because I drove from Florida. It's like a nervous anxiety kind of thing. And I'm usually not nervous. Maybe it's a boredom thing while driving. I don't know. So my cuticles are dry and cracked and bad. So anyway, that's another one I want to start. And I'm not sure if I'll have enough fabric. I might have enough fabric to do both. So that would be nice. I probably don't, but I might. But I don't think I do. Oh, here comes Ginger. She wants me to open the blinds, but it's just too bright to open the blinds. And I've got her bed covered up. Come here, Ginger. She's so happy to be home. Oh, and the other sampler with wool threads I'd love to stitch is Jane Pattison by Shakespeare's Peddler. Jen's stitching niche, she had it in one of her last videos. It was right above her. Oh man, I love that sampler. So I'm going to try one with wool, see how I like it, and then maybe in the future do the others. So, oh, and also from Golden Needle, I got this Santa. So I'm going to try and, I'd like to try and do one a month. We'll see how that happens, if that works. And then I got 2 more tingles. And I placed an order from 123 Stitch. I got the other 2 tingles I need. And I got some just cream. Really, Ginger? Come on. Get in your bed. I got some cream 40 count that I'm going to coffee and tea dye because I've got some projects in mind. I got some antique white Monaco that I'm going to coffee and tea dye for the tingles, and I think I can cut it in half because I got an 18 by 30 and do the jingles. So I think I'd like to do that. So that was, oh, and at Eddie's, my mom said she wanted to maybe try some stitching. So she has stitched before. She's stitched like, I don't know, 20 years ago. She stitched I think it was a sheepish design sampler. And I don't know what happened to it. It was really cute. And she stitched it on Ada, I believe. So while we were at Eddie's Silk Road Needle Arts, I found an older issue of Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly that just had a red and white marking sampler on the front. I thought it would be a good beginner pattern for her. And I found some white 28 count linen that we tea and coffee dyed. And she got the DMC for it. And I got her started with A and a little bit of B, and she's been doing really well. She's had to tear out some things. She needs some stronger magnification and some good light. I told her she should really get an odd light with the magnifier in the middle. That would help her a lot. But she's having fun, and I'll insert a picture here of what it looks like, and I also posted a picture on my Instagram. So, I'm trying to think, where am I at? Okay, so I went up to see my in-laws, and my friend Carrie lives near them, so I always try and see Carrie when I go up there. Hi, Carrie. She's just the best. She's the sweetest, just the nicest person you'll ever meet. And so down to earth. That's what I love the most about her. She's just real. But anyway, she had made us some cinnamon rolls. I stopped at Starbucks and got us some coffee. And so we had cinnamon rolls and coffee. And we stitched. I worked on... Where is it? Oh, here it is. I worked on his eyes on the sparrow because at Eddie's shop, a customer had stitched this and they had the model there. So it kind of inspired me to get mine back out. So I worked a little bit on it. I got Adam done there. And this little lion here. And I started on this bird here. And this flower thing. And this is the 36 count doubloon. If I picture this plus, huge piece of fabric. And I'm using all the called for threads. Big jumble of threads here. And I'm doing it 1/2. Oh, look. Chocolate from Carrie's house. I saved it. I'm gonna have that. And while I was at Carrie's, she got me the sweetest little gift. And this wrapping paper is so pretty. And she had this ribbon on it. It's so sweet. And it is this Santa with the fabric, and the fabric is printed. Ginger. So she got one for her also, and she said we'd have to figure it out together. Ginger, stop. smells so good. So anyway, thank you so much, Carrie. That was so sweet of you. Ginger, come on, get down. Get down. Go on. Let me see what else. So while I was at Carrie's, she has this sampler on her wall, which is so pretty. The Lady in Red Spinning Her Wool by GGR. I came home and I decided to I pulled all the cotton threads, and then I decided to convert them to silks. So we'll see if what I came up with will be good, but I think it will. I mean, I have all these silks, I might as well use them, right? What? So I'm really anxious to start that. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty. And then this is like older dye lot of Legacy by Pictures Plus because it's really light. But I think they're gonna be pretty on this. Can't really get them. So when I came home, I was just playing in my stash, kitting things up, planning my 2018 projects, and I also placed the order with Down Sunshine Lane before I got home, and I noticed she didn't charge me. So I emailed her and I asked her what was going on, what I needed to do, and she said it was a gift because I had been giving, like, as I finished the summer schoolhouses, I'd just been putting them in the mail and sending them to her. So thank you so much, Amy. That was so sweet of you. So I got a Heritage sampler. So I didn't have it Linda Joe, but I do now. And Hello Winter. So I went ahead and kitted those up. I was thinking of using the 36 count Parisian taupe. I used the 40 count Parisian taupe for the other one. I'm wondering if I still have a piece of that somewhere. So I may look through my stash. But those are the threads. And I'm just using the DMC instead of the grits because really, you can't tell a difference between DMC and any white Weeks Dye Works. There's like no variation. So lesson learned. I'm just using DMC from now on for the white and the black. There's that one. And then that's for the Heritage sampler. And I had all the threads except one. So, and this is 36 count Prim Gray that I was going to use for Mary Bovey sampler by Stacy Nash, but I took out what I'd stitched. It wasn't a lot, and I think I'm going to use it for this. So then I really got on like a kitting kick yesterday. So I kitted that. And then those other two. And oh, this is for the January wordplay. I don't have it with me, but this is the 40 count vintage pecan butter. I love those thread colors. They're so pretty. So I think that's what I'm going to use for that. And then, come here, Ginger. She's just like, she's causing me trouble. She just wants to look out the window. And Faye, Carolina Stitcher, showed off her sampler wall. her Quaker samplers, and they were so pretty. And I've had this in my stash forever, probably around 20 years. Scarlet Letter, Sarah Tatum, and I've had the silks forever too. So I just threw in some 40 count light exemplar that I might use. So that's when I kitted. Another Quaker I love, and this one is 1818, so that would be fitting to do in 2018, 200 years. And I had a piece of 40 count vintage country mocha, and I went ahead and tea and coffee dyed it. I think it turned out really nice. And these are Vicki Clayton silks that I've had forever, just basic black. I think I read somewhere that it uses like 58 yards of Vicki Clayton. And this is 50, and I think I've got more somewhere, so I should have enough. So I really want to start that. And because Faye also stitched Shakespeare's Peddler Ragamuffin #2, I ordered it on New Year's Eve from the Country Sampler. So I was searching online for it. They had them. I saw another shop. I can't remember. I think it was like an Italian shop had them, but I went ahead and got it from the Country Sampler. So, and then I've had Elizabeth Sheffield kitted for a while now. That's one I'm thinking of starting. Love that. So, 3 Scarlet Letters, GGR sampler. I've got lots of the Plum Streets. I've got lots to keep me busy. What else? Oh, also while I was at Carrie's, she has some beautiful samplers in her house. Ginger, kitty, kitty, kitty. She's all out of sorts because I just got her from the boarding place. She has this in her bathroom. Peacock, or Manor at Peacock Hill. There you go. Get in your bed. It's so pretty. And when I was going through my linen, searching through my linen, I came across the one I had started a while ago. And I have quite a bit done. And actually I had started it using a different color here. So I ripped that out and put in the called for color because I wanted it, I guess originally I wanted it more teal, brighter, but then looking at Carrie's, I decided to go with the original color, which is Otter Creek, and Mountain Mist. So those for the bird. So I ripped out what I had stitched and I'm gonna start it. So I think I'm gonna work on this, get it finished since I have so much done. And this is a 35 count, might be what it's called for, 35 count Old Town Blend by R&R. And I'm just doing it 1/2. I think, looking through everything, I think that's it. So I hope you guys have a great day, a great week, a great new year. Show notes can be found on my blog, Nicole'sNeedlework.com. That's where I try to list all my projects with the linen colors and the threads I'm using. Post pictures so you can get a better look at what I'm working on. And I can also be found on Instagram, Facebook, at Nicole's Needlework. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.